All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is VC Pramod. The headlines. Government to prioritize children with comorbidities during COVID-19 vaccination drive for children in the country. More than 90 crore 51 lakh doses of corona vaccine administered in the country so far. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal says this is high time for NRIs and Indian diaspora to invest in India. NIA conducts searches at 9 locations in Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir in cross-LOC trade case. IMF warns against adoption of cryptocurrency, says it can threaten financial stability of emerging markets. Actor Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan arrested in cruise ship drug party case, remanded to NCB custody. United States expresses strong concern over China's provocative military activity near Taiwan. FC Goa clinch maiden Durand Cup football trophy, beating Mohammedan Sporting 1-0. And in IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 6 wickets in Dubai. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is underway, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news since 16th of August and will continue till 15th August 2022. India Post has joined hands as the logistics partner with All India Radio News for the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. And coming to our 15th question of the Amrit Mahotsav quiz in English, in which year did the British announce the transfer of the seat of the government from Calcutta to Delhi? I repeat, in which year did the British announce the transfer of the seat of the government from Calcutta to Delhi? Listeners can send their responses to the question over WhatsApp on 882-654-6262. Repeat, 882-654-6262. Or through email on amritmahotsavquiz@prasarbharati.gov.in. I repeat, amritmahotsavquiz@prasarbharati.gov.in. One lucky participant will be selected as a winner and will be announced in tomorrow's morning news. Winner will be awarded an e-certificate and a token prize. The Union Government will prioritize children with comorbidities during the COVID-19 vaccination drive for children in the country. National Immunization Technical Advisory Group NTAGI chairperson Dr. N.K. Arora said that rest of the children who are healthy can be immunized subsequently. Talking to All India Radio, Mr. Arora said that the government will issue guidelines within a week.
First priority is to immunize all adults in the country, followed by children will be immunized in the first quarter of 2022. And by that time, we'll have 2 or 3 vaccines which can be given to children. Recently, we had first DNA vaccine, Zycov-D, which is also safe and effective for children 12 to 17 years. And DAGI is preparing a list of comorbidities, which will be made public in next 1 week or so. The conditions which will be prioritized for giving vaccine to these sick children. But later on, as more vaccine becomes available, it will be available for all healthy children also. Here I would like to say that there is another vaccine, Covaxin, which has been prepared and testing is going on for 2 to 17-year-old children, and the result should be available by next month. There is another pediatric vaccine which is being tried in children. This is Covaxin, and that vaccine is for 5 years to 17 years. So in other words, by early next year, we will have 3 vaccines where we will be able to immunize all healthy children.
Talking about the government's plan to vaccinate children between 12 to 18 years of age, NTAGI chief said they are trying to identify those who are at the highest risk of getting the severe disease and the need for hospitalization. Drugs Controller General of India DCGI had in August approved Zydus Cadilla's DNA vaccine for emergency use in adults and children aged 12 years and above.
India achieved yet another milestone of administering over 90 crore 51 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses so far. In the last 24 hours, more than 73 lakh 76,000 vaccine doses were administered under the nationwide vaccination drive. Meanwhile, new COVID-19 cases also showed a continuous dip as about 22,000 cases were reported in the country, while around 26,000 people recovered in the last 24 hours. 244 people lost the battle with COVID during the same period. Union Health Ministry said the COVID recovery rate in the country now stands at 97.87%. Till now, more than 3 crore 30 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. Presently, the active caseload is over 2,70,000, which is the lowest in 199 days. In the national capital, Delhi, 33 fresh cases of coronavirus infection were reported yesterday. The Delhi government said 30 people recovered from the infection in the last 24 hours and no death was reported in the city. Presently, the total number of active cases of COVID-19 in the national capital is 386.
Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has called upon the NRIs and the Indian diaspora to invest in India unhesitatingly. Addressing the Indian People's Forum Business Conclave in Dubai, Mr. Goyal said this is the right time for India's vast expatriate community to invest in their motherland. He said there is a great opportunity for an extraordinary growth in India. The minister said the government has taken many steps to create conducive business environment. He said India climbed up in ease of doing business ranking from 130 to 63 in just 5 years. National Investigation Agency NIA has conducted searches at multiple locations in Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir in cross-LOC trade case. The searches were conducted at 9 places in its ongoing probe in connection with a large-scale transfer of funds from Pakistan to India through the import of California almonds, Badam Giri, through cross-LOC trade routes. The NIA, with the assistance of J&K Police, CRPF and ITBP, conducted searches in the border district at the premises of the suspected LOC traders. The NIA had filed an FIR on December 16, 2016 and registered a case under Section 17 of Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and started a probe after Union Home Ministry's December 9, 2016 order based on input regarding terror funding taking place through cross-LOC trade routes. LOC trade was started in year 2008 as part of confidence-building measure between J&K and POK. The trade was based on barter system and third-party origin goods were not allowed.
Union Minister for Labour and Employment Bhupinder Yadav has said that the government is focused on the welfare of workers through evidence-based policy making following the motto of Mehnat ko Samman, Adhikar Ek Saman. The Union Minister was flagging off the field work of the Area Frame Establishment Survey AFES at Shram Bureau Bhavan, Chandigarh on the occasion of the 101st Foundation Day of Labour Bureau yesterday. Mr. Yadav said data on all aspects of labour is crucial and scientifically collected data is a bedrock for any evidence-based policy making. The minister said with the increasing importance of data in the time to come, coupled with the fact that India is a labour-abundant nation, a dedicated organization for labour and price statistics like the Labour Bureau serves the purpose. Chemicals and Fertilizers Minister Mansukh Mandavia will virtually inaugurate the iconic week today, under which various activities will be organized across the country. Department of Pharmaceuticals will celebrate the iconic week from 4th to 10th of October with the theme story of Pharma at the rate 75, Future Opportunities. Under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana will organize health checkup camps and free distribution of first aid kits at 750 Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendras across the country on the 10th of October. It will also conduct Jan Aushadhi Paricharcha, where Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendra owners and distributors will interact with doctors and health workers for spreading awareness on generic drugs.
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu will be on a day-long visit to Meghalaya's capital, Shillong, today. During his visit, the Vice President will lay the foundation stone of the upgradation of NH40 between Shillong to Dorky at the State Convention Centre, Shillong. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma and Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong will also accompany the Vice President. The 1,251 crore rupees road project is being funded by the Japanese International Corporation Agency. The strategic road from Shillong to Dorky connects Meghalaya with Bangladesh. Later, the Vice President will attend a workshop as the chief guest on changing role of the North-Eastern Council in development of North-Eastern region, with participation from all North-East states and academia, to be held at NEC Secretariat, Shillong.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Government to prioritize children with comorbidities during COVID-19 vaccination drive for children in the country. More than 90 crore 51 lakh doses of corona vaccine administered in the country so far. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal says this is high time for NRIs and Indian diaspora to invest in India. NIA conducts searches at 9 locations in Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir in cross-LOC trade case. IMF warns against adoption of cryptocurrency, says it can threaten financial stability of emerging markets. Actor Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan, arrested in cruise ship drug party case, remanded to NCB custody. United States expresses strong concern over China's provocative military activity near Taiwan. FC Goa clinched maiden Durand Cup football trophy, beating Mohammedan Sporting 1-0. And in IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 6 wickets in Dubai. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Narcotics Control Bureau (NCB) has arrested Aryan Khan, son of Bollywood star Shah Rukh Khan, in Mumbai in a drug abuse case. A local court has remanded Aryan Khan to the NCB custody till today. He will be produced again before the court today for their judicial custody. The NCB has also arrested 10 others after raiding a rave party arranged on a cruise ship off Mumbai coast on Saturday. Banned psychotropic substances were seized during the raid on Cordelia Cruise liner's Empress ship in the mid-sea off Mumbai coast. Meanwhile, the cruise company Cordelia Cruises released a statement denying any link to the case. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has appealed to the people of Lakhimpur Kheri to maintain peace, stay at home and not pay heed to rumours. He described yesterday's incident as unfortunate and expressing grief over it. The Chief Minister said that action will be taken against those responsible for it. He said government will go into the root cause of the incident and expose the elements behind it. Violence that erupted in Lakhimpur Kheri district yesterday claimed 8 lives in 2 separate incidents. Union Minister of State for Home Ajay Mishra accused anti-social elements for the violence and said that it was a conspiracy.
प्रशासन ने हमारा रूट डाइवर्ट कर दिया। हम लोग दूसरी तरफ जाने से हमको कार्यक्रम स्थल की तरफ वो लेकर के गए। उसी दौरान हमारे जो कार्यकर्ता, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, मेरी गाड़ी में मेरे ड्राइवर के साथ कुछ और भी गाड़ियां थी, वो लेकर के रिसीव करने जा रहे थे। तो ऐसी जब उनको जानकारी हुई कि डाइवर्जन हो गया है तो वो उस रूट की तरफ बढ़े। उसी दौरान किसानों के बीच में छुपे हुए कुछ उपद्रवी बोले, उनके गाड़ियों पर पथराव किया, गाड़ियों पर लाठी डंडे से वार करने शुरू किए, जिससे गाड़ियों में बैठे हुए लोग हड़बड़ा गए, हमारे कार्यकर्ता हड़बड़ा गए और उनको फिर खींच करके उन लोगों ने लाठी डंडों और तलवारों से मारा पीटा है, जिसके वीडियो भी हमारे पास है। और जिस तरह से ये घटना हुई उसके बाद उन्होंने ये भी चिल्ला कर कहा कि गाड़ी को नीचे धक्का दो, गाड़ियों को नीचे खाई में सड़क से उन्होंने धकेला है, उसका भी वीडियो है। उसके बाद उन्होंने गाड़ियों में आग लगाई, गाड़ियों की तोड़-फोड़ की और इस तरह की घटनाओं को अंजाम दिया है।
Meanwhile, Section 144 has been imposed in the entire district and internet services have been suspended. Heavy police force has been deployed to maintain law and order.
As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News, Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
मांडवी मां जन्म लई जन राष्ट्र प्रेम निभावियो, मांडवी मां जन्म लई जन राष्ट्र प्रेम निभावियो, अरे भानुशाली ना सपूते इनकलाब जगावियो.
Today is the birth anniversary of well-known freedom fighter and revolutionary Shyamji Krishna Varma. He was born on the 4th of October 1857 in Manvi, a port town in the formerly princely state of Kutch in Gujarat. After completing his schooling in Mumbai, he studied at Balliol College in Oxford. In 1881, the then Secretary of State for India sent him to represent the learning of his country at the Berlin Congress of Orientalists. There he not only read his own paper on the subject of Sanskrit as the living language of India, but also read a patriotic Sanskrit poem and translated it into English for the audience.
In 1885, he returned to India and enrolled himself as an advocate of the Mumbai High Court and started his practice. During his stay in India, Shyamji was very much impressed with Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He initiated a very friendly relationship with Tilak, which inspired him to the nationalist movement.
Shyamji settled in London after his return to England in 1897. In 1905, he was barred from practicing law by London's Inner Temple on charges of sedition for writing against the colonial government. Varma was posthumously reinstated by the Inner Temple in 2015 after the IN's governing council noted that it did not receive an entirely fair hearing.
He founded the Indian Home Rule Society in London in 1905, which was aimed at promoting self-rule in British India. He also founded the India House in London in the same year, which was a base of revolutionary activities against the British rule. Varma edited the monthly Indian Sociologist, an organ of freedom and of political, social and religious reform.
In 1914, Varma moved to Geneva and spent the rest of his life there. Shyamji Krishna Varma died on March 30, 1930, with the wish that his ashes be returned to his motherland after it has attained freedom. In August 2003, Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi went to Switzerland and got back the ashes of Shyamji Krishna Varma and his wife. Today is also the birth anniversary of freedom fighter Subramanya Shiva. He was born on 4th October 1884 in Madurai. He was the first person to be imprisoned in Madras by the British over sedition charges. Shiva was one of the greatest nationalists of the Tilak era. Shiva persuaded many young men to join the freedom movement by establishing Dharma Paripalan Samaj. This led to his 6 years of severe imprisonment by the British in 1908.
Through the monthly journal Gyanabhanu he edited and published, Shiva kept the freedom struggle alive while in prison. He passed away on 23rd of July 1925. To commemorate Shiva's contribution to the freedom struggle, former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha inaugurated a memorial in his honour in Paparapatti in 2012.
Today is also the birth anniversary of a freedom fighter and revolutionary, Tirupur Kumaran. He was born on 4th October 1904 in Chennimalai, which is presently Erode in Tamil Nadu. While the independence movement was gaining momentum in the country, Kumaran too found himself influenced.
Inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's principles and ideals, Kumaran began to participate in the demonstrations announced by Bapu.
When Gandhiji led a demonstration in Bombay in 1932, the British decided to arrest him. There were riots and protests against his arrest all over the country. The protests had people carrying out the national flag, which was banned at the time, in honour as well as in revolt. One of the participants holding the flag was Tirupur Kumaran. When the British police started lathi charge on the protesters, Kumaran did not leave the premises. The corps thrashed the protesters, including Kumaran, who fell but did not let the flag touch the ground. The 27-year-old freedom fighter succumbed to his injuries on 11th January 1932.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
In the program Spotlight, we are broadcasting a special series, Seva aur Samarpan 20 Saal Sushasan Ke. Today the theme is Yuva Shakti, Sports to Startups. It showcases the efforts of the Prime Minister to support sporting talent and skilling the youth for nation building and development of the country. The special program can be heard tonight on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:15 p.m. onwards.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting Lucknow tomorrow to take part in the urban conclave being organized by the state's Urban Development Department and to inaugurate several other urban development schemes. This program, which is to be held at the Indira Gandhi Pratishthan in the state capital, is being organized on the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The urban conclave will be for 3 days. On this occasion, around 75,000 beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana will be given keys. International Monetary Fund IMF has warned against the adoption of cryptocurrency, saying it can threaten financial stability of emerging markets. According to the IMF, cryptocurrency poses new challenges to financial stability and consumer protection risks remain substantial given limited or inadequate disclosure and oversight. The total market value of all the crypto assets surpassed $2 trillion as of September 2021, a 10-fold increase since early 2020. IMF's financial experts said anonymity of crypto assets also creates data gaps for regulators and can open unwanted doors for money laundering as well as terrorist financing.
United States has expressed strong concern over what it called China's provocative military activity near Taiwan. In a statement, the U.S. State Department said China's actions are destabilizing, risks miscalculations and undermines regional peace and stability. The U.S. urged Beijing to cease its military, diplomatic and economic pressure and coercion against Taiwan. State Department said that it will continue to assist Taiwan in maintaining a sufficient self-defense capability, its commitments as outlined in the 3 communiques, the Taiwan Relations Act and the 6 assurances. On Saturday, a total of 39 Chinese military jets flew into the air defense zone of Taiwan. FC Goa claimed their maiden Durand Cup football title after a 1-0 win over Mohammedan Sporting in the final in Kolkata yesterday. Captain Eduardo Bedia scored the all-important goal in the 105th minute after the final match went into extra time. The Durand Cup crown also marks FC Goa coach Juan Fernando Fenol's first ever trophy on Indian soil. FC Goa got 40 lakh rupees for winning the title, while Mohammedan Sporting received 20 lakh rupees. In IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders beat Sunrisers Hyderabad by 6 wickets in Dubai last night. Opting to bat first, Hyderabad posted a score of 115 for the loss of 8 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs, with the contributions of Kane Williamson's 26 runs and Abdul Samad's 25 runs. In reply, Kolkata chased down the target for the loss of 4 wickets in 19.4 overs, riding on Shubham Gill's 57 of 51 balls and Nitish Rana's 25 of 33. Today, points table topper Chennai Super Kings will take on Delhi Capitals in Dubai at 7:30 p.m.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. National capital Delhi is likely to have partly cloudy sky. Temperature will vary between 26 and 35 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain. It recorded a minimum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, while the maximum is expected to be 33 degrees. Chennai is expected to have thunderstorm with rain. Kolkata is likely to have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Srinagar will have partly cloudy sky. Jammu will also have partly cloudy sky. Leh and Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm. Muzaffarabad will have partly cloudy sky with minimum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 33 degrees. Guwahati will have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Imphal will have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Shillong will generally have cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Aizawl generally have cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. And in Puducherry, there will be thunderstorm with rain.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. In its front page, Indian Express writes about its investigation on how complex offshore trusts are used to park assets and evade detection. The headline says, after Panama, it's Pandora. Facing heat, elite Indians find new ways to ring-fence wealth in secret havens. National Capital to get 18 crore rupees as funds from central government under Central Clean Air Strategy is a headline in the Hindustan Times. The Tribune reports government still negotiating on needleless Zydus 3-dose vaccine priced at 1900 rupees. Gaming disorder increases during pandemic. India has most number of gamers after South Korea, reports the Hindu. With the monetary policy meeting due on Friday, the Economic Times observes RBI may hold rates, lay roadmap for raising reverse repo. The Times of India quotes doctors saying COVID may cause complications in newborns, expecting moms must get vaccinated. And finally, on reopening of schools, Pioneer quotes the World Bank saying no extensive vaccination needed to open schools as young children are less likely to contract COVID-19.
Before we end the bulletin, a reminder of today's question of the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. In which year did the British announce the transfer of the seat of the government from Calcutta to Delhi? I repeat, in which year did the British announce the transfer of the seat of the government from Calcutta to Delhi? WhatsApp your response on 882-654-6262 or through email on amritmahotsavquiz@prasarbharati.gov.in. I repeat, amritmahotsavquiz@prasarbharati.gov.in. Celebrate 75 years of India's independence by participating in Amrit Mahotsav Quiz with AIR News. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Government to prioritize children with comorbidities during COVID-19 vaccination drive for children in the country. More than 90 crore 51 lakh doses of corona vaccine administered in the country so far. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal says this is high time for NRIs and Indian diaspora to invest in India. NIA conducts searches at 9 locations in Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir in cross-LOC trade case. IMF warns against adoption of cryptocurrency, says it can threaten financial stability of emerging markets. Actor Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan arrested in cruise ship drug party case, remanded to NCB custody. United States expresses strong concern over China's provocative military activity near Taiwan. FC Goa clinched Maiden Durand Cup football trophy between Mohammedan Sporting 1-0. And in IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders defeat Sunrisers Hyderabad. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.